Please help us welcome Dr. Margarita Rosa to the stage.
President Eisenberger, Board of Trustees, beloved faculty, staff, students, alumni, and everyone working behind the scenes to make the wonderful memory and moment that we're experiencing right now come true for us all. Thank you. My name is La Doctora Margarita Rosa, and I am from the class of 2021. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I feel so honored to be here, speaking on the same stage where I saw great minds share ideas, the stage where I saw Toni Morrison give her final lecture, the stage where I observed so fondly as I was sitting exactly where you are sitting today. Like many of you and like many of your parents, I was born on a mountain, in a place far, far away from here, that the halls of Princeton existed far from my imagination. I was born in the northern countryside of the Dominican Republic, on the island of Haiti, home to Haiti and the Dominican Republic, where my domis at? Where my Afro-Latinos at? When, like many of your parents, like many of you, I made the transition to the United States, it was the most difficult, yet the most impactful decision that my mother could make to give this little campesina, who they called Little Cuca, a better life. For migrants who see desolation and hunger before them, danger and violence, terror and poverty, the mouth of a whale seems safer than what they knew would be my life had they stayed. No one migrates because they don't love their home. We all love our homes. I migrated because little did I know that decades later, I would be standing before you as a doctoral graduate of Princeton University. Speak directly to y'all. I want you to take this moment in for just a second. I want you to close your eyes and be present in this moment. Now, I want you to open your eyes. Look at you. I am so proud of you. Mi gente, you just graduated from Princeton. Like many of you, I always told myself that I was not supposed to be here. When I was in high school, I remember how much I wanted to get into college. I was class president, I was editor-in-chief of the Arts and Literature magazine. I was high achieving. And yet when I went to my counselor and gave her the list of colleges that I wanted to go to, she told me that I should aim lower. At the time, I unveiled to her that my dream school, I'm from Jersey City, was to go to Columbia. Was to go to Columbia University because that was the Ivy League that was closest to me. But because I didn't know how to fill out a college application, because neither of my parents could speak English, ultimately when the common application came around, I wrote an essay to every university that said, "Dear Columbia University," because I didn't know how to fill out the common application, and no one else was helping me. So I got rejected from every single college that I applied to, every single one of them. And then finally, in the spring semester of my high school year, my senior year, Rutgers University came in, and they had this program, an affirmative action program called Instant Decision. Instant Decision was a program that sought out inner high school kids who had the accolades, who had the skills, but were just not recognized because they did not have the tools to apply to college. And that day, I got into Rutgers, and that's how I made it to college. Through an affirmative action program. Affirmative action creates opportunities, it creates hope. Affirmative action is the reason why I am standing before you today, not because I did not have the skills and the accolades, but because I did not have the access. And that's what affirmative action gives us. Without these programs, we will see universities go back from being spaces of opportunity to being spaces that reinforce the same structures of privilege that contribute to pay gaps, generational poverty, and lack of access for Black, Brown, and Asian communities. I got into Rutgers, and because I was from the hood, I was not scared of nobody. I was consistently the most outspoken person in class, in a lecture hall just like this, when I was the only one standing up and saying what I had to say. I was intelligent, and I did good. I did so well that by the time I was graduating college, my advisors told me, "You should get a PhD." And at the time I said, "Well, I'm not sure about that. Last time I applied to colleges, I didn't get into any of them." So I said to my advisors, "Look, I'm only gonna go to graduate school, which is a very big decision, if I can get into Harvard, Princeton, or Stanford." So those are the only ones I applied to. And when spring came around and I started receiving all the letters, it turns out I had gotten into all of them. Access, mi gente. From a person who didn't even get into college, I had gotten into Harvard, Princeton, and Stanford for my PhD. And of course, I came to Princeton. What happens to a dream deferred? Langston Hughes writes. Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? I am here to tell you that what happens to a dream deferred, to the dreams that your parents had, is that they became you. You are the dream deferred. You are the dream that's manifested. You are their wildest dreams come true. So no, I no longer say that I was never supposed to be here. Now I want to say that we were all born to be here. for it under a plátano tree in El Cibao. So do not ask permission for what is already yours. Now, I'm going to give y'all some practical advice too. There's this advice that goes around that says something like, don't take no for an answer. I want to tell you that that's wrong. I want to tell you that you should look for no's. You should run toward no's. Run so fast that by the time you are gasping and exhausted, you realize that you've gone so much further than those who didn't even begin to run. I want you to fail, and I want you to fail fast, because failure is the first step to success. From the countryside and from my beautiful, gorgeous islands, I am here. And look at me. Look at me. I am a mirror of you, and I am so proud of you.